Global oil and gas field decline rates are increasing. The IEA chief says trillions of dollars are needed just to meet decline curves. Where have you heard that before? Without sustained capital inflows, the world could lose the equivalent of Brazil and Norway combined in oil production. Let me say that again. If we don't have trillions of dollars in oil and gas investment to meet normal decline curves, we could lose the equivalent of Brazil and Norway. For the folks in the EU and the UK, Norway is supplying a good chunk of your natural gas. You're about to lose 17% of your natural gas because Russia is then going to be shipping it to Asia. So this is an important factor. If you're wanting returns on your investments, this is a good story for you and a stark admission that underscores the fragility of global energy supply. The International Energy Agency, the IEA, has revealed, surprise after Chris Wright threatened to pull their funding, decline rates in mature and oil and gas fields are accelerating, putting unprecedented pressure on the industry to ramp up investments just to keep production steady. This is normal. Oils come online and then they have a normal decline curve. This is nothing new. But money over the last 14 years has not been going back into it. Without sustained capital inflows, the world could lose the equivalent of Brazil and Norway, about 5.5 million barrels per day every single year, a sharp increase from the 4 million barrel per day annual back in 2010. You're going to see some high-priced oil and you're going to see some really severe problems if we just don't get ahead of the curve a little bit and start investing. One of the good things about the United States oil and gas industry is that they are balancing out investment into CapEx and in return to investors, and they're doing a very good job on that. But the trillions of dollars that are going to be needed are going to be magnified by the AI boom, the electrification of everything, and all of the other natural gas power plants coming online. So as more and more LNG contracts come in play, you're going to be seeing that. And then you had Secretary Chris Wright and Doug Burgum. Michael and I talked about that on the podcast a few days ago. And that is Chris Wright and Secretary Burgum said, we're going to double in the next 5 years the United States LNG output. Let me say that again. The United States is committing to doubling the LNG output in the next 5 years. That is a lot of investment opportunities going on out there.